Have you ever had someone next to you who looks nice in words, but on an instinctive level you feel that something just doesn't add up? Have you ever felt some slight discomfort, an instinct that indicates something dark hidden behind that smile? Carl Jung, one of the greatest scholars of human psychology, spoke about a fundamental concept, the shadow. The shadow is that unseen part of us that we deny but which frequently manifests itself in the way we treat other people. And when someone feels hate, jealousy, or bitterness, they tend to hide it, but never totally. The signs are clear. They are small, yet unmistakable. And today I will reveal 7 clear signs that reveal if someone close to you holds hostile feelings, even though they do everything they can to hide them. Be careful, because sign number 7 is the most insidious of them and could change the way you see some individuals upside down. Before we begin, please let me know where you are watching from. It will be great to feel closer, regardless of how we are physically apart. Also, don't forget to like and comment on how you feel about this topic. Now let's get started. 1. Sarcasm and contempt disguised as irony. The first sign is contempt. Hidden resentment doesn't always reveal itself openly. Certain individuals prefer to express it with sarcastic jokes or biting irony. They make jokes of things they know are bothersome to you, but when you try to point it out, they answer with statements like, "But I was just joking, don't be touchy," or, "You don't know how to play the game." Such behavior can be especially subtle since it leaves you feeling awkward while the other individual maintains the facade of someone joking without malice. In fact, repeated irony about particular issues is an obvious sign of hidden contempt. If his jokes always leave you with a feeling of embarrassment or belittling, and above all, if they are repeated over and over on the same topics, it may not only be jokes but also a signal of hidden hostility. Carl Jung said that our own personal shadow is projected onto other people in a subtle and occasionally even unintentional way. When someone consistently uses irony to attack particular aspects of your personality, they are showing a part of themselves that they cannot accept. 2. Subtle sabotage. The second sign is about hidden sabotage. If a person close to you feels threatened by your achievement or progress, they may try to sabotage you in subtle ways. Sabotage might not always be obvious and direct. Occasionally it reveals itself in misleading advice, miscommunications, or little mistakes that, when accumulated, prevent you from accomplishing your objectives. A close friend or family member who forgets to tell you important information, leaves out key facts, or inadvertently complicates things for you could not be as absent-minded as they look. If these occurrences are repeated frequently and happen at crucial moments, it is time to ask yourself if they are really coincidental. Observing the regularity of such behaviors helps evaluate whether there is an unconscious intent to sabotage you. Jung said that when a person lacks the confidence to face their own failures, they can unconsciously project their frustration onto other people, hindering them in order to avoid feeling inferior. 3. Silent competition. Silent competition happens when certain people can't accept that you're successful at something without feeling a need to surpass you. Every success you gain is followed by an attempt by them to shift the spotlight onto themselves or to downplay your achievement. If you share some good news, rather than congratulating you, they respond with anything about themselves. If you tell them about your achievement, they're quick to say that they've achieved something similar or even greater. This silent competition always comes from profound insecurities. Those who do it cannot tolerate watching you shine because this calls into question their sense of self-worth. If every conversation with this individual becomes a competition, it is likely that there is a hidden jealousy behind it. Carl Jung said that shadow projection makes people see in others the traits that they are unable to develop in themselves. For this purpose, people who feel insecure will try to disparage you or compete with you to avoid addressing their own emotions of inadequacy. 4. Apparent kindness. Superficial support from people who secretly detest you may hide it with superficial but unworthy kindness. When you need assistance, they downplay the situation or create excuses for not being there. Whenever you achieve success, their excitement is forced or non-existent. This mentality can be particularly evident at key times in your life. If you notice a person close to you is usually unavailable at important times or responds indifferently to your successes, they may not have really good feelings for you. The absence of real support is not always simple to identify, but it becomes clear as time passes by observing the person's responses to your times of success or difficulties. Jung spoke of ego detachment as something that leads certain people to be emotionally disconnected from other people. This can translate into coldness and an inability to assist people around them. Number 5, control disguised as caring. Certain people try to control your life under the cover of doing it for your own good. They tell you what to do, disagree with your every choice, and cast doubt on your capacity to make decisions. Their intention is not to help you but to make you feel reliant on them. This control can be difficult to notice because it is always disguised as loving advice and obvious concern. A key sign is how they make you feel. If, after every piece of advice, you feel uncomfortable rather than more confident, you may be dealing with a form of deception. Jung said that the need to control other people comes from an intense fear of internal chaos. Those who cannot handle their own uncertainty try to control the lives of others so as not to deal with their own mental instability. The 6th sign, criticism and gossip. Those who have negative feelings toward you hardly express them directly. Rather, they prefer to talk about them with other people, spreading criticism and bad information about you. This behavior is especially insidious since it affects you indirectly, usually without you being aware of it until you encounter the consequences. If you see changes in the attitude of people around you without any kind of explanation, if certain friends or coworkers start avoiding you or being colder, it is possible that someone is spreading negative information about you. False or overblown rumors are a powerful weapon in the hands of people who hold grudges because they destroy your reputation and slowly isolate your public image. Carl Jung said that the need to disparage others is usually a deliberate attempt to project your own uncertainties and frailties onto them. Those who feel inferior or unhappy try to balance their emotions of inadequacy by putting others in a bad light. In simple terms, people who speak ill of you are usually revealing more about themselves than about you. 7. Resentments toward your success. People who genuinely care about you are excited when you reach a turning point. They support you in times of difficulty but also celebrate your accomplishments because they consider your success as something great and rewarding. On the contrary, people who hold grudges against you try to mask their frustration. You can spot them by their cold responses, sudden changes of topic, or attempts to downplay your successes. If you share an accomplishment and they respond with a detached, "Oh, that's wonderful," or instantly move the attention onto themselves, they may be experiencing jealousy or badly handled competition. Jung said that the inability to be happy for others reflects an unsettled internal conflict in which the accomplishments of others become a reminder of one's own imperfections. This happens because watching you achieve what you desire indicates what they have not been able to achieve.